Before we jump into today's video, I just want to remind everybody that I'm not a financial advisor. So this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial, investment, or trading advice. All investments involve risk, and you should do your own research or consult with a licensed financial professional before making any investment decisions. Just remember, past performance is not indicative of future results. YieldMax ETFs on the chopping block. Today we're going to check out two of my positions that might not be around to see 2027. Hey everybody, it's Paul here on my channel, Better Call Paul, and today I want to talk about my ultra high yield positions with YieldMax, which is my ULTY position, and my YMAX position. So I have these in several accounts. I'm going to talk about my entire YMAX position, which is 1,000 shares. And I'm going to talk about one portion of my ULTY holdings, because to try and combine all three would be too difficult. I actually hold some shares in Canadian dollars and hold them in three different accounts. So I simplified it just for the purposes of this, I guess you could say, case study or experiment to see whether or not I'm going to be keeping these or whether I'm going to get rid of them. So I'm going to jump into the charts that I put together so we can just go over the numbers, because at the end of the day, the math doesn't lie. All right, guys, you can see here on the left-hand side, I have my ULTY position. And what I did was, as of November 11th, 2025, I had 90 shares after the 10-for-1 reverse split. So it was 900 shares. And I subtracted all the dividends that it had paid me up till that date and came up with a book cost of $4,674. Now the current price is $37.58, and I'm up to 100 shares because I've put this particular holding on drip. So I manually drip it every week. When they pay me my dividend, I buy the exact amount worth of shares, which is usually a fractional, 1.2 something shares. So the current value you can see is $3,782, which means my total return at the moment is a negative $892.70. So if you go down one more chart, you'll see below that, I have a chart where I'm tracking every month how much I receive in dividends and then how much I can drip. So, and then what the total return is. Now, for November and December, I did not write down what the total return was. But for January, right now, as of Friday, I had earned a total of $94.52 from ULTY. And I was able to drip a total of 2.5111 shares. And again, I'm negative 892. So since I started this experiment, you can see I received a total of right here $322.26, and I've dripped 10 shares, 10.6354 shares. So every single Friday, I'm going to update this for the month of January. We'll see how many shares I end up dripping and what my total return is at the end of January. Then we'll move into February, and I'll keep doing that. If it's not improving, then it's telling me, just sell it off. They YieldMax, despite all the changes they've made, the reverse split, changing the underlying holdings, adding in better quality companies like Google, Roblox, etc., that it's still failing. So we're going to find out pretty quickly, but this is what I'm doing. All right, guys. So if you enjoy this kind of content, just please hit the like button and leave a comment down below, just to, let the YouTube algorithm know that this is the kind of content you enjoy watching. All right, guys, on the right-hand side, you can see that I own YMAX, and I started buying it on March 21st, 2024. I bought one share. Now I have a total of 1,000 shares with a book cost of $17,434. So the current price is $10.12. So current value being $10,120, which means my total return at the moment is negative $7,314. Well, that is, I should say, that's the unrealized capital loss at the moment. It's not really the total return. Maybe I should change that. So if you go down below, you will see that between 2024 and 2025, I earned a total of $8,530. I didn't keep track at the time where I was total return wise. January 2nd, all right, I received an additional $106 in dividends. And at that time, my total return, so if you take all of the dividends that I had received and subtract the unrealized loss, I was at $1,285. Then on January 8th, so the Friday that just passed, or Thursday that just passed, I received another $88 in dividends. And I guess the share price must have gone up a little bit, plus the dividends. So now the total return is $1,410.82. So again, I'm going to track this every week and see, which direction this is going. If it's moving upwards, then I will keep my YMAX position. If this continuously drops, then eventually, probably I might give it a couple months, maybe 2-3 months. But if I notice that there's just a downward trend continuously, then I'm going to end up selling my YMAX position, and I'll just have to figure out what I want to purchase to replace it. All right, guys, so I'm not going to specifically do this video every single week, but in my snowball portfolio weekly video, I'll probably throw this in there just to take a look and see where it's at, see where ULTY and YMAX is doing compared to the week before. And also I'll do a little bit of research and see if anything's changed in these funds, if YieldMax has come up with a new strategy, or if they've decided to take another approach. But for right now, they did their 10-to-1 reverse splits. They changed the underlying holdings, at least of ULTY. YMAX is just all of their single stock ETFs, so they don't really change that too often. But I have a feeling that these funds will probably continue to underperform. NAV erosion will probably be the leading cause, I guess, or the fact that these funds don't seem to recover well, after drops in the share price. So anyhow, guys, that's about it for today. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend checking out the social media app called Blossom. It's I like to say it's kind of like Facebook or Instagram, but for people who want just to talk about finances. There's, I believe, over 400, maybe 500,000 members now, and you have people from Canada, the States, and I believe even some other European countries are now on Blossom as well. So I'll leave a link in the description below. It's a great way for you to support the channel as well if you would like to do so. All right, guys, I hope you all had a fantastic weekend, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.